In this video, I will explain how you can evaluate the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. We have two methods that I'll explain, but I'll start with method 1, which involves rewriting columns. So we had a matrix called B, and we can find the determinant of matrix B. What you see here, guys, is a determinant because I'm using straight lines. I'm using straight lines here and there. These are straight lines, so it's a determinant. I should actually refer this to as det B, which is the determinant of B. So this is det B, the determinant of matrix B, which is a 3 by 3 matrix with elements 357 in the first column, 104 in the second column, and 280 in the third column. Note that you can only evaluate the determinant of a square matrix. If the matrix is not a square matrix, you cannot evaluate its determinant. So a 3 by 3 matrix is a square matrix. We can find its determinant, and there are basically two methods. The first method is almost similar, or it's actually similar to the method that you use when you're finding the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. I mentioned in the video where I was explaining the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix that we have what we call major diagonals and minor diagonals. That's the method we're going to apply here. So please pay attention on how you do this. What you do using in this method, you rewrite columns. You rewrite the first and the second column. So this column and this column, you write it to the right as if you're augmenting. We call it augmenting the matrix. So we can write this as 3, 5, 7, 1, 0, 4. That's all you do. You rewrite this, and then from there, after rewriting these two columns, you now have to create diagonals, major diagonals and minor diagonals. I'm going to try to use a different pen here just to highlight this. This here, what you have here, is going to be a major diagonal, followed by this one, followed by this one. So we have three major diagonals here, and we also here, if we go this way, we will have this as our first minor diagonal, and this one second minor diagonal, and this one is our third minor diagonals. Make sure you have written your rectangular array or your numbers in a very orderly manner so that you don't confuse the diagonals. You end up having elements in the wrong diagonal. So make sure you write it neatly and well arranged so that you can follow clearly which one is your major diagonal, which one is your minor diagonal. Just like in the 2 by 2 matrix, you multiply the elements in each diagonal, you add them together. In the same manner, it is going to be major diagonals subtracting the minor diagonals. It's better explained, or it's better seen if we start doing this. So in this case, we have det B will be equals to 3 by 0 by 0, 3 by 0 by 0, plus 1 by 8 by 7, plus 2 by 5 by 4. I am essentially adding the products of the elements in the major diagonals. I'm adding all of them. The products in the first diagonal, in first major diagonal, and in the second and in the third. I pull them together. This is my first bracket. All of these are going to subtract the products in the minor diagonal, just in the same way. So if we go to our minor diagonal, this first diagonal here, it will be 7 by 0 by 2 plus 4 by 8 by 3 plus 0 by 5 by 1. That's it. So the sum of the products of the major diagonals subtract the sum of the product in the minor diagonals. That's the determinant of this matrix. This is the method of rewriting column. It's quite a very straightforward method. All you need here is to make sure you don't make the mistake of confusing major diagonals and minor diagonals. You should also look out for mistake in terms of placing elements in the wrong diagonal just because of poor arrangement of your work. Make sure it's all done properly. Once you have this, all you need to do is to punch this in your calculators and have an answer. So this is 3. We got 3 plus 3 times 0 times 0. So that's 3 times 0, which is 0. So it's 0 plus 8 by 7 plus 2 by 5 by 4. You get that sum, you put it together, which in a good calculator you can just punch it all at once. But I'm going to do it slow. So this is 0 plus 54 plus 40. That's what you have in the first bracket. The second bracket has 0 plus 24 by 4. This is 96 plus 96 plus 0. Okay, that's what we have. So let's move on. So now we can say det B, determinant of B, is equals to, I'm going to rewrite these evaluations. So this was 0 plus 54 plus 40 minus 0 plus 96 plus 0. Which is like 94 minus 96, which is minus 2. So the determinant of B is minus 2. Let me redo it again, just to emphasize this. Okay, I said if we're looking for the determinant of the 3 by 3 matrix, which is the determinant of B, which is essentially 3, 1, 2, I have to write my numbers clearly here so that I don't confuse my. So 3, 5, 7 in the first column. The second column is 1, 0, 4. The third column is 2, 8, 0. I have to rewrite the first and second column here, which is 3, 5, 7 and 1, 0, 4. Once I have this, I look out for my diagonals. So I have this diagonal here. Let me put it clearly. This diagonal here, that diagonal here, and this diagonal here. These are my major diagonals. Then I have these diagonals going like this. Let me use a different pen to highlight this. I have these diagonals going like this. These are my minor diagonals. Now to get the determinant of B, I find the sum of the product of the major diagonals. I subtract the sum of the product of the minor diagonals. That's all. So the first diagonal is this one. It's 3 times 0 times 0. The product there is 0 plus 1 times 8 times 7. The product there is 54 plus 2 by 5 by 4. The product there is 40. Now, this is the sum of the products of the major diagonals. I subtract minus. I now go to the minor diagonals. I do that 7. This 7 times 0 times 2. I get 0 plus 4 times 8 times 3. 4 times 8 times 3. 4 times 8 times 3. I get 96. So that's 96. The other one is 0 times 5 times 1, which is 0 plus 0. So this is the sum of the products of the minor diagonals. So I just subtract these two and I get my final answer, which is said is minus 2. You can do this fast with a calculator. It shouldn't take you long because you can just punch this in a calculator and you get minus 2. That's the determinant of B. It's as easy as that. All right, guys, I'm done with this. If you have any questions, please write in the comments below. If you want me to explain something or you see a mistake or anything that you want to comment on, be free to put some comments. I will respond. Thank you.